All right, I know I've been gone for a little bit, but I'm back. And as you'll see, I've been jolted back by something that happened today. Um, so let's just jump right into it. I've always said that, look, if you voted for Donald Trump, you voted for a racist. And, I would have more respect for you if you said, look, I know he's a racist, but I voted for him because, I want tax cuts or I don't like immigrants, whatever, but at least come clean and be honest. But for anybody that never thought that this dude was a racist, you're just ignorant or you're lying to me or to yourself, all right? So, I don't have respect for liars, all right? Or people that don't gather information, all right? So having said that, there's so much information, there's so much evidence that Donald Trump is a racist that it's offensive to me when someone still to this day tries to say, "Well, how do you know he's a racist?" I mean, look, we could start back. I mean, the dude is mad old. Okay, we could start back way back in the day when his dad and him got sued for declining to rent out apartments to black people, and they put like a little C for colored in the application. For colored. Not a B for black, a C for colored. Okay? You could go back to the 80s with the Central Park 5. Look, you know what? I'm not going to do your research for you. Read an article from a legitimate news source, not Fox News, not InfoWars. Just like do research and read about these things. All you have to do is type Donald Trump is a racist, and you will find a ton of stuff, okay? So I'm not going to do your work for you, you lazy, Trump-loving sycophant, all right? Now, fast forward to now. He said enough things when he was running for president. These came out of his mouth that tell you he's a racist. The moment he announced, he talked about Mexicans being rapists. Look at Charlottesville. Look at my black supporter over there. What have you got to lose? And you know what? I could, again, go on and on and on about what he did during the campaign. To let you know, again, that he's a racist, in case you didn't know for sure. Now, look at what he's done since he's become president. Look at Charlottesville. Look at his policies. Look at what Sessions is doing in the Justice Department. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with what Sessions is doing in the Justice Department and how racist that is, then you are completely ignorant. And then look up the word ignorant in a dictionary, and there are a bunch of definitions, and you're all them shits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, whatever dictionary you're looking at. I like Merriam-Webster. Yes, I'm highly educated and I'm smart and I'm proud of that. And I'm not saying you're dumb. I'm just saying that if you think that Donald Trump is not a racist, you're lazy. Okay? Because it doesn't take a ton of intelligence to do a Google search and find out how racist this fuck is. Now, after you do your research, if you still think that he's not a racist, then you're a racist. So now let's fast forward to today. Today. And by the way, I took a good hour to calm down before I did this, so I'm good. Today, apparently, this Dotus fool was in a bipartisan meeting in the Oval Office talking about the TPS, okay? And if you don't know what the TPS is, I'm not going to tell you, do your research, okay? But it's something that should be extended for vulnerable people that are already living in the United States, a bunch of groups of people. I'll just give you examples. Haitians that suffered from the earthquake, that they came over here as refugees, El Salvadorians, and many other people, okay? Do your fucking research. And anybody with a heart would know, or any kind of intelligence, or humanity would know that, people don't love to leave their home country for no reason. They do it because they have no other choice, because the conditions are unlivable. Okay? Yes, I'm Haitian, so this is personal to me. All right? I learned that one of my cousins passed away during the Haitian earthquake on CNN. On CNN. Every single Haitian knows somebody that died and has been affected by that tragedy. And you're telling me that people that got displaced because the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere got smashed by a hurricane, and now some of them want to come to the U.S., and they've since then gotten jobs, had babies, got married, built families, and now you're going to kick them out? So this is what your president said today about people like me and my family who came from Haiti. And my family came legally way back in the day. They worked hard. They raised their kids. They gave them an education. And their kids give back to American society in ducats. Trust me. And this is what this small, moronic, racist, bigot said about my country and my people today in a bipartisan meeting in the Oval Office. In the Oval Office. The revered Oval Office. Why are we having all these people from shithole countries come here? Trump said, according to the Washington Post, referring to African countries and Haiti. Haiti. My homeland, my country. He then suggested that the United States should instead bring more people from countries like Norway, whose prime minister he met yesterday. What is the difference between Africa, Haiti, Norway? There's one glaring distinction. One is full of black people and one is full of white people. Obviously, Norway, if anyone that has I'm a nerd, so I do a lot of research. Did you know that on the happy scale, Denmark is the happiest place on earth? And Denmark is very close to Norway. And I've lived in Sweden, so it's right in that area. And the reason they're so happy is because they do pay a lot higher taxes than we do. And I'm not like a socialist, but they do pay a lot higher taxes than we do. And I lived there in Sweden, and the government takes care of all the basics. Your health care, nobody is, really brokey broke, And I think the health care is the number one thing. When I got health care when I was in Sweden. So I think the reason that these Nordic countries like Denmark, Sweden, Norway, they're so happy is because they take care of the basics. Now, we're the only weird-ass country that doesn't take care of basic health. So aside from the fact that, and I will also say that people in these countries, as far as I can tell from having lived there and spoken to many people that live in these places, is that they're also not striving to be like multi-billionaires. There's a phrase in Swedish. It's I hope I don't pronounce it wrong, but it's lagom, and lagom means just enough but not too much. And there's not an equivalent in the English language to this word lagom. So it's kind of like everyone just wants to be happy, but nobody's trying to be a dick like Trump, like striving to rule the world. I'm striving to, be a success myself. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And so I'm American in that way. But when Trump says that we should have more people like the Norwegians as opposed to Africans, I think he's completely ignoring how much, let's forget about colonialism, but he's also ignoring the spirit and the accomplishments of the countless of millions of people from African and black countries who, despite colonialism and despite their oppression, all these people in the Caribbean, including my country, who was the first independent sovereign nation in the Caribbean, I might mention, still have managed to come to America and find a better way. But he just wants Norwegians. Is it because they're white? Is it because they're happier? Is it because they have more money? I don't know. But all I know is that the president called my country a shithole. So, to anybody out there who is still clinging to this belief that Trump is not a racist, please, I've said this before. I'm just going to reemphasize. Please do not speak to me ever again. I do not want to ever hear from you ever again. And if you still support him despite this, then you are, in the kindest way I can say, enabling a racist, ignorant, sexist fuck. And I have no respect for that. I am very proud of being Haitian. I declare it every moment I can. I'm wearing this shirt today. I'm very proud. I could go on and on about what my parents did to get me here. I could go on and on about what's happened in one generation with me, my sister, and me. And it would make anybody proud. But Trump only focuses on one thing. Take care, y'all. God bless. Let's get rid of this motherfucker.